In this video, I will demonstrate how to do algebraic division. So we might have a polynomial like this. So we need to divide this polynomial by this linear expression here. So we have x cubed plus 4x squared, 11, take away 11x, take away 30, and we need to divide that by x take away 3. We're going to do this by long division. Okay, so if I write out x take away 3, and that's going to go into x cubed plus 4x squared take away 11x take away 30. Now long division works because we just have repeated subtraction of multiples of this here. So we're going to repeatedly subtract different multiples of x take away 3, and we're going to record what we're multiplying the x take away 3 by up here. So this is how we start. We look at the x cubed here and we divide it by the x. That gives us x squared. So x squared, I write it here. Now if I multiply x by x squared and negative 3 by x squared, that gives me a multiple of x take away 3. So that, and I write that here so that I can subtract it. So x times x squared is x cubed, and negative 3 times x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 3x squared, and I'm going to subtract all of that. Okay, so if I subtract that from my polynomial, these are the terms that we're looking at, the x cubed terms and the x squared terms. X cubed take away x cubed is nothing. 4x squared take away negative 3x squared is actually 4x squared add 3x squared, which is 7x squared. So we have 7x squared here. Now you can see that we've already subtracted the x cubed term. So this is why this method works. So if I now bring down the 11x here and the negative 30 here, we can carry on. So we have take away 11x, take away 30. So I look at how many times does x go into 7x squared, and that will be positive 7x. So 7x squared divided by x is positive or plus 7x here. Now I will multiply the x take away 3 with this 7x, and I will subtract. So 7x times x is 7x squared, and 7x times the negative 3 is negative 21x, and I need to subtract that. So again, what I'm doing is I'm subtracting a different multiple of x take away 3 from my polynomial. So if I subtract this, these are the two terms that I'm worried about. 7x squared take away 7x squared is nothing. I'll actually put the 0 now. It's 0. And negative 11x take away negative 21x. So that will be adding 21x. So negative 11x add 21x is positive 10x. And I'll bring down the negative 30 here. And we carry on. So now I need to try and subtract all of this as multiples of this. So again, we look at 10x divided by x, and that will give me 10. So I'll write that here, plus 10. Now I will multiply this 10 with x take away 3. So 10 times x is 10x. So I'll write that here, 10x. And 10 times negative 3 is negative 30. And I need to take away all of that. Okay, so remember, we've subtracted this here, which was a multiple of x take away 3. We've subtracted this here, which was a multiple of x take away 3. And now we're going to subtract this from, which is also a multiple of x take away 3. And all of this is being subtracted from my original polynomial. So I'm doing division by long division, which is just repeated subtraction. Okay, so here if I calculate this, 10x take away 10x is 0. And here I've got negative 30 take away negative 30, which is also 0, because negative 30 take away negative 30 is negative 30 add 30, which is 0. So I have no remainder. So what I have now is, this was my dividend, this was the factor that I was dividing by, and this is my quotient and I have no remainder. Okay, so what I can write is that x cubed plus 4x squared take away 11x take away 30. So when I divided this polynomial by x take away 3, I got this. So actually when I multiply x take away 3 by that, I should be getting this. So I'm going to write this is identically equal to x take away 3 times x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay, now I can actually see that this actually factorizes as well. So x squared plus 7x plus 10 factorizes to two brackets where I'm going to have x plus 5 and x plus 2. So I can actually rewrite this as x take away 3, x plus 5 and x plus 2 multiplied together. Okay, so here what I've actually done is I've done the process of algebraic division to find that this was the answer to the question, divide this polynomial by x take away 3. And then I just took it further by fully factorizing my expression, because I saw that this factorizes to x plus 5 and x plus 2. So this is one thing you can use algebraic division for. So when you know a factor of your polynomial, you can divide the polynomial by the factor and you will get another factor. This time I got a quadratic factor here, which I can see factorizes again. So if my task was to factorize fully x cubed plus 4x squared take away 11x take away 30, and I was told that x take away 3 was a linear factor of this expression, then this would be my answer. I've fully factorized it here. Here are some questions for you to practice. So the first two questions are just divide this expression by x plus 2 and then divide this expression by x plus 3. And the third question, you are required to factorize this fully, and you are given that x take away 4 is a factor of this polynomial expression. So you would first divide by x take away 4 and then fully factorize.